an original piece by Amanda Kelly, Cami and Cameron called When You See Me Next.
When you saw me first,
I had tears in my eyes that swept down my face in blackened rivers and left my cheeks swollen like bee stings. The beat of my heart had only low melodies that ached at the base of my skull.
When you saw me first, I wallowed in darkness and thought the only way anybody should see me was after turning the lights off. It was only then when you held me close in the blackened bedroom with only the light coming from the night sky. I fully appreciate the moon.
When you saw me first,
I know my hands shook like earthquakes and my hold on you was weak, just like the amount of self-esteem I carried. I didn't know something so little could weigh down on my shoulders until they ached.
When you saw me first,
I knew by the look in your eyes that you were distracted by the scars that etched themselves against my skin. Although you'd laugh and say they looked like children's art, I knew they weren't as innocent.
When you saw me first, I distracted myself with the crinkled skin next to your eyes, and I'd wonder how they'd feel against the numb planes of my fingertips. The only crinkles I had were the creases where my shirt had folded messily over my pants.
When you saw me first,
I couldn't look past the cracks in my mirror made by my helpless screaming, which I did over and over and again. All I ever did was stare at my spiderweb features until the day your lips washed away the heat from my hands and raised it to my chest.
When you saw me first,
I never once questioned why you warmed me like the sun. I understood that you had become the hours of my day, and slowly you crept into my shadows and dulled the harsh temperature of my bones.
When you saw me first, I was engraved by your ability to make me feel that I was more than just a walking corpse, and suddenly, I wasn't mine anymore, but yours. Forever.
When you left me,
the words, "It's too much to handle," stung worse than the hydrogen peroxide-covered rag you held to my skin the night I said I didn't think I would make it. The way those words left your mouth was just as painful as the way you grabbed my wrists and told me to get a hold of myself the night I asked why you would stick around to watch me fall apart.
Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
When you left me, heart in hand, the bits I had left to myself cut into my palms like the way the winter cold bit against our hands when they were intertwined. The way your dry, leathered hands handed back my frostbit heart left me reminding myself that I'd better save my long sleeves for summer. That this shattered child who had barely lived to see the world was back to her dark tomb she called her bedroom, sprawled up in her sheets, screaming at herself because she handed you a broken heart that had been regifted. Into ash that once kept her blood flowing and her pulse racing. You were just a crematory for her heart. Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
When you left me, I saw that her eyes were nothing like mine. They didn't sparkle with sadness and self-hatred. They sparkled with a new sense of love. A love you had never seen, because how could I love you when I couldn't even love myself? You were the only part of me I wasn't afraid to hide. You were the only thing this treacherous body wasn't afraid to show off. You were the only good part about me.
Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
When you left me,
you noticed she was nothing like me. Her sense of self-worth radiated off of her smile. The watermelon curve of her lips were stained with the remnants of yours, and I could tell by the way you held her in your grin, the way you could touch her without feeling her body flinch beneath your fingertips. This is what you expected when your mother first told you what love was. She was what you had in mind when your father talked about the feeling of success when he saw your mother in her white gown standing by your grandfather. She is what you had asked God for.
Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
When you left me, I knew it was finally over when I watched you develop like a Polaroid picture, leaving me your negative start. And watching me slip through as the picture you originally planned to capture slowly showed. The only thing you could shake hard enough to process the acceptance of imperfection, you could never shake me hard enough to show up as you intended. Beautiful. Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
When you left me, I guess I finally realized I was the capping ground for your graduation. I fit you just right. I was what you've been wanting your entire high school career, but eventually I ended up in a box you had pushed away in the back of your closet, outgrown, but one hell of a memory. Or so I'd like to think.
Damn.
I miss you so much.
Why can't you feel this too?
Eventually, I promise you will. When you see me next,
you'll notice that my hair seems shorter, and although it was done with a pair of safety scissors I kept on my nightstand table, it still cut off all the dead ends you left me.
When you see me next, you'll notice that the bags under my eyes are gone. Although they left while I was still dreaming of you, at least there's no longer nightmares of me. I'm finally getting better, and for once, it's not for you.
It's for me. When you see me next, you'll notice that I've stopped staring at the ground and instead realize that you're the only one looking. You always told me that even though the stars are dim, or the stars are far, they aren't dim at all. I may not be close, but at least I'm still shining. And I'm finally getting better. And for once, it's not for you. It's for me. When you see me now,
You'll figure out that I just realized the only reason you were jealous of those boys was not because you're protective, but because you knew that one day the cracks in my mirror would finally fill. Did you know that I have a dimple when I smile? Probably not, because the biggest coincidence of this all was that it only appeared when you left. I always knew you were magic, but how many smiles are going to make vanish before it's your last act? I'm finally getting better, and for once, it's not for you, it's for me.
When you see me now, you'll catch yourself realizing that the only reason I ever thought you were good for me was because you were sickly sweet like cough syrup. Do you know how many nights I spent hacking up the liquid bullcrap? You spent spoon-feeding me? All you ever did was put sugar to cover up my bitterness. Why couldn't I ever be good enough for you? You spent so much time trying to fix me that you're the only one who left these jagged scars.
when you see me now, you'll be worried no longer for me, but for yourself. You'll pity the way you have no hold over the beautiful girl who once clung to you. You'll finally regret all the times you kept me hidden from who I wanted to be because you needed someone who was less than you. When you see me now, you'll know that I'm finally getting better. And for once, it's not for you. It's for me.